Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. I mean, there's not much to say. The last episode was pretty disappointing as a result of the fact that I died fighting. Okay, I thought we could make that against the old king. My mistake. Let us go speak to the gun store. And I guess we'll just buy Blobulord. We tend to get like anywhere from 10 to 15 hegemony credits per run, as long as it's a decent run, so we got a good chance there of being able to buy at least one more thing on our next run. This run, I'm going to focus on the obvious, which is just getting the past kill with the pilot, the only character for whom we have not gotten the past kill yet. And as soon as we beat this room, I'm going to freaking pause it and turn it down on my end. Holy Christ, that was loud. That's what happens when you spend the first 6 hours of your day playing a game where you shoot really fast and really loudly at enemies that scream when they die, and then you spend the other 6 hours, you know, listening to Brian Eno's Music for Airports Volume 1 8.5 times in a row while you try to solve a programming challenge. Okay. This all being said, what do I like about the pilot? Well, I like the fact that the lockpick allows us to get some value from situations where we may not otherwise be able to get value. We don't have to shoot chests until we find out that our lockpick does not work on them. We may also want to open brown chests. That's why I haven't actually pulled the trigger on using the lockpick on the other brown chest that's back there, is maybe I'll get enough keys to just want to use a key to open it and not even risk it breaking. But I will say I'm not committed to going down to the Oubliette. What I may do is go down to the Oubliette and just treat it as an option for us to gain more resources. You know, more chests, more money. Primarily more money, but also the item from the Blobulord. I'm not super committed to that. I would also love to, you know, maybe invest in getting chests on this floor with 2 keys instead. 2+ keys, when you consider that we have the lockpick as well. And then maybe have a better chance to flawless this boss, stack up a little bit of HP, and, you know, be moving on, because I'm a sucker, like I said, fucked up in the head. Not. That's, Fred Durst. Let's move along here. Our Gungeon play recently has been very good. I will say the noted exception was that last run. The old king run did not go well at all, and that's partly, you know, a bit of a choke, but also partly because the old king is a big piece of shit. I'm not really sure how, well, let me put it this way. I think that I am unlikely to have a much better loadout to fight the old king than I had in the last run, so I pretty much just have to nut up and recognize that we're gonna need to, you know, probably die on him a few more times, actually learn his attack patterns with some reliability, and then, you know, move on from that point. So as the pilot, we only need 21 cents to buy a key. We will not be able to buy one yet, but there is one for sale. There's also a grappling hook. I haven't really found a good opportunity to use this item, but on paper, it seems excellent because it's not just like a dodge, because I actually don't know if it functions as a dodge, but as a gap creator, like something that gives you the ability to get really far away from an enemy at a given moment. That's pretty valuable, at least in theory. I mean, imagine like you're fighting the Beholster and he's got you like pinned to one side of the map. You just grappling hook out of there. Seems like it could be valuable, but I don't really want to buy it. I think it's kind of a low priority buy right now. But we do have an empty active item slot that we could put it in if we're interested. If somehow we get like 50 credits for doing something on this floor, we may consider it as just a random room drop or something, but I'd rather have something that actually like offensively improves us. So there's one key purchased right there. This looks like our other item room. Both brown chests. It is conceivable. Let's just go back here for now. It is conceivable that we'll open neither of those. Or possibly both. There is a water barrel on fireplace room, which is just a dream come true. So let's get over on this side of the map so that they don't shoot the water barrel accidentally, and hopefully I don't either. I have to admit, you know, the more floors you do... Whoa. We didn't even break the water barrel that time. The more floors you do, the more likely you are... Oh, there's a water barrel just outside of it, too. The more likely you are to have the resources necessary to take out, you know, those late-game bosses and enemies. But for right now, I'm mostly concerned with Just getting the past kill. What's the best way to get the past kill? I guess opening as many chests as possible, honestly. I'm not really worried about passive synergies, more so active items. But if we can get some passive synergies... I had a run on the NLSS. And that'll be the Monday, May 11th? May 9th NLSS? That's it. If you're interested in watching that. That was really good. And it was mostly the result of passive synergies. I'm going to try to use lockpick here. Alright. First one failed. I do think, I mean, the fact that I used the lockpick here should probably clue you into the fact that I'm considering heading down to the Oubliette and hopefully getting my money's worth down there. Rarely do I die on the Oubliette, but oftentimes I do get a little close to death. This room is like the Riddler was drawing one of his trademark question marks and just gave up halfway through. Well, we should get a lockpick charge when we finish this. When we finish this boss fight. So I guess, unfortunately for me, we do what we often do, and that's fight the boss without any extra weapons. And it's going to be the Gatling Gull. I'll probably get hit here, and that's not like just being defeatist. I think it's just being a little bit realistic and setting our expectations right. If I was fighting the Trigger Twins, I would expect to have a pretty good chance to not get hit. But fighting Gatling Gull, he's not hard. It's just, you know, harder than I'd like given our weapon availability right now. But anything can happen. I have beaten this guy with basic weapon before. One thing I need to learn is, are all basic weapons created equal? You know, if I'm playing as the hunter, is my steady revolver as good or as bad as the hunter's starting weapon here? Or not the hunter, sorry, the pilot's starting weapon here? Easy enough. That would have been overwhelming when we first started playing Gungeon, but the fact that we've got a little bit more experience, I'm not saying we're the world's best player or anything like that, but the fact that we have a little bit more experience now means that that's just another day at the office to be able to, you know, dodge through that array. Ah, that was bad. I saw it happening. I was looking to move ahead. And unfortunately, I was like, that dodge needs to be slightly off to the side there. Anyway, I'm not saying that we're the best Gungeon player in the world, because that would be ridiculous, but we're making some solid progress. And certainly, I think we've gotten over that really awkward kind of hump we had early where we just couldn't make any progress. Now we're winning, depending on your definition of winning, probably more often than we're losing. But we're still, like, from an Isaac standpoint, really in, like, the early infancy of things here, I'm pretty sure. And of course, if you're wondering why I'm not using a blank, I'm saving it for the possibility of finding a secret room somewhere. And hopefully picking up some extra keys as a result of that, because we're only getting... Oh, we got another one right there. The Commando I don't think is particularly good. Certainly at this point I would have preferred more of a utility weapon. I think I'm going to use a key to open the brown chest. And I know that for a while, at least for me and elements of my community, the brown chests were not worth using a key on. I thought they always gave you a passive item. At least the blunderbuss is okay for room clearing, but... Not amazing for it. I figured we'd use a key because it can give you passive items like the table techs. Already bought that. I don't know if the table techs are really worth buying or worth opening, except for table tech blank, but I tend to have a pretty okay track record with them, so unfortunately I ended up with the blunderbuss, which is not the worst thing in the world, but is not gonna give me maybe as much value as I was hoping for. But we do have Commando for bosses, as much as I don't think it's that amazing, and we do still have our lockpick, but I'm not gonna fight Old King on this one. Switch weapons and just get ready to go. Could have just gone, oh, what am I doing? There's no reason to even be here. Wait for all these to open and then just go back. I mean, we could just teleport back as well. That would also be totally fine. But might as well at least improve ourselves a little bit, you know, learn something. Fall onto the pit, please. And this is the problem with blunderbuss right here, is that on this floor, probably not on the next floor. On the next floor, we'll probably be able to kill enemies much more easily. But on this floor, we're not going to kill enemies in one hit reliably. Yeah, I was aware of that. Which means that it's very, very ammo inefficient, and we also don't really thin the enemies out that quickly, so dodging is going to be a little bit more of a tall order, but I still think it's probably better overall than using the starting revolver, although apparently you can get ammo drops. They fixed that bug where you couldn't get ammo drops if you were using the starting weapon. Of course, we do have one advantage in the sense that the knockback from this is pretty ridiculous, so there is an advantage there, but obviously when you're fighting flying enemies, it's basically inconsequential. Also has a fairly nice spread to it, which can be a good thing, depending on what enemies you're fighting, and it's going okay, but we have used 25 bullets from it already, which is a little ridiculous, considering the value that we've gotten from it, which is not altogether that much. Oh, tough dodge. Okay. Keep moving here. I'm hoping we come across a shop as early as possible so that I could actually pick up keys were they to drop. Did luckily poison an enemy there. I don't think I've really used the commando. I haven't used it that often, at least. So I'm a little bit in the dark as to whether or not it's actually going to be worth anything for us. Just knock the enemies into the pits, man. This is, oh, that was bad. This is one of those rare times when the pits are actually more of an advantage for you than a detriment. What we definitely do not want is to fight huge enemies, like the equivalent of Iron Maidens or something like that. Please, no. Okay, we got a Whirlybird. The Whirlybird gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean my dick! Don't call your dick a worm. It's not... It depends what you're trying to accomplish, I guess, but I think it's going to work out poorly for you, is my suggestion. We're almost down... Actually, we are down to a little bit less than half ammo in this blunderbuss. It's one of those weird situations where I'm like, I don't want to run out of ammo, but if we have to switch back to our starting pistol, it's not really that big of a cost. Like, it's still gonna have roughly the same DPS output here. We're performing a little bit better, I think, than we normally do down here. I oftentimes take a lot of dumb damage against enemies that I should probably not be taking dumb damage against. This is napalm. It's not napalm? Maybe it's only napalm if it gets hit with something that ignites it? I can't remember. It's the least scary of all the barrels, except for the water one. But actually, the water one could be scary, I guess. Because it can, cause you to, like, wet yourself, I think? Haha, hilarious. I didn't really mean it like that. But then if you use a shock weapon, I think you can shock yourself. I don't know. There's some synergies we haven't seen much of. I did use a blank back there. Those of you who watch the episodes on the regular will know why I take a lot of dumb damage on trap rooms. That one in particular is, like, my personal Everest. And we also can't get anything for flawlessing this boss. Which means we might as well use our blanks to avoid taking damage if we're, you know, fairly unlikely to find the secret room. I don't know if we're unlikely to find the secret room, but we're as likely as we are on any other floor. Okay. We got a key, which I should not have picked up, but that's okay, because it does give us at least the ability to open a chest, should we find one before we find our shop. Now, it's a big floor. I shouldn't have gotten too ahead of myself. Oh, we're playing better on it than we usually do. Try to beat these rooms without getting hit, get your coolness stat up, and maybe you'll be able to get a better drop rate. Especially HP, just to insulate us, and armor wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. Oh, there we go. And by armor, I meant ammo, which is exactly what we got right there. Just wish that reliably we could kill an enemy in 2 hits. Oh, that was so bad. Thanks to the spread, though, sometimes I end up, you know, getting 3 enemies down to low HP, but not actually killing any. Oh, I walked right into that. Okay. Be cool. This is a bit of a moment of, it's an important moment. I don't know, it's a moment of weakness. Not really what I meant, but a moment of quite importance. All we need to do is, I mean, if we go fight Blobulord, I'm even having the respect to call him by his given demonym, we should be able to kill him with this amount of HP, and the commando 2 blanks. I forgot we got a blank drop from an enemy, I guess. Or from a room, rather. Commando's pretty sweet at actually being a good defensive play for us, because it does allow us to destroy all enemy bullets at the point of impact. Not super ammo efficient, but if it can take out the Blobulord with 1 full capacity, That's not so bad. It means that one ammo drop is probably good to take out, you know, whatever boss we face on the second floor as well. And given that it's pretty good defensively, this could be an easy ticket to another flawless for us. But of course, we need to have ammo for it. 7 shots is not going to do it. We get the camera. I think it just stuns enemies. I think this is still encouraging, though. The fact that we didn't get any items before fighting the Blobulord and still took him out very easily, I think is positive. It seems like... I mean, I get that it does damage to enemies in the whole room, or at least in a pretty large radius around us. This doesn't seem appropriate for what our needs are right now, but on rooms with a lot of enemies like this one, maybe this gives us a lot of value. You could always use this to, like, open a room and weaken a lot of enemies and then just shoot them with your pistol, I suppose, but it's kind of it seems more situational than most of the weapons I use. Doesn't make it bad. What is that thing still firing after all this time? I don't know. This camera seems good, actually. I keep flip-flopping back and forth on it, but I'm kind of the opinion now that, like, you know, open a room with a camera shot, that seems pretty okay. It's a blue chest. I will just use a key. We get the membrane, which is fantastic. Not a secret room. Alright, come back down this. Oh, we did find our shop, you dummy! Are we going to use our membrane as a room clearer? I kind of worry that we'd get to the point where it's not, no key for sale. Where it's not functional for us. We could recycle the blunderbuss. We could buy and recycle the t-shirt cannon, but I'd rather just get ammo for the commando. And actually, in getting ammo for the commando, I feel okay using the membrane now. I don't like to buy ammo because it's a fairly readily available drop, but the fact that this insulates us to the point where we can use a weapon like the membrane without worrying too much about ammo concerns means that it'll probably save me some HP in the long run. But I gotta admit, opening each big room with a camera play seems like a nice little way to kind of preserve some ammo for something else. Like, here, let me explain what I mean by this. Let's try to use our lockpick here. Okay, that actually worked. And we got the item that gives us gems, or it hits with ice crystals when we walk in it, or when we get hit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, alien sidearm is actually a fantastic room clear that allows us to save the membrane. So what I was thinking, we've already found our secret room. We got no keys available. It's down to the next floor. Yeah, so commando for bosses, alien sidearm for rooms, and the membrane for bosses when we run out of commando ammo, which is definitely going to happen. But 56 ammo for the camera, for me, says that that's probably 33 rooms, roughly. If we use it once for the first wave, once for the second wave, weaken them, alien sidearm takes them out. It's not going to be the fastest way to do things, but it's going to be a way that is going to not deplete very much ammo at all, I think. So we're obviously only in the Gungeon Proper here, which is quite early on in the run still. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. Buy our key right off the bat, and now we're insulated. Which is to say that we don't have to go to alien sidearm now. Just to say that we don't have to avoid picking up keys. We can actually pick up keys just fine. Charge it, charge it. You're seeing what I mean, hopefully, with the camera. I mean, these enemies are fairly weak to begin with, but what I'm basically getting at is if we can open with a camera shot, we can get all enemies down into the range where they're one-hittable with the alien sidearm, thus saving a lot of alien sidearm ammo without using that much ammo for commando. I mean, I guess we'll take camera ammo, but I really didn't want to. Now, we are in a little bit of an awkward position here in the sense that we should just be able to hit Y here. We have a great weapon in the membrane. I really do think it's a great weapon as well, that I'm just not using. And not using the membrane is going to be something that's probably just going to waste it in our inventory. It's going to be like our secondary weapon for boss kills. It's better than that. It is more, definitely more deserved to be used in a way that is, like, appropriate. But I kind of lack the wherewithal right now, or at least the utilitarian know-how. What am I even saying? I'm just naming off possible, you know, Titus Andronicus-inspired indie rock band names, but I need to find a purpose for it. I guess right now, as a backup, it's not bad. I'm just gonna lockpick this. Alright, we fucked it. Why lockpick it? Because it's a spare chest. I mean, we might find worse chests. We could find 2 brown ones. Not that they're necessarily going to be worse. They could contain good and very highly necessitated. Oh God, that was so stupid. All because I didn't manage my my timing properly there. Just my weapon switch. I don't know why I'm always going slow-mo. Just switch with the Y button. That's it. Okay, green chest will use a key. Get hot bullets. Homing bullets. Look. You could see how that mistake would be made. So homing bullets, I'm trying to think. I don't think it benefits us a ton with any of the guns that we have right now. But certainly, given the choice between homing bullets and not homing bullets, you'd probably take homing bullets. They're not going to necessarily guaranteed hit an enemy, as you saw right there, but still. I like this. It's a good passive. Apparently we're already killing enemies with 1 hit from the alien sidearm, so maybe we don't need to go to that camera play just yet. It's probably like a little, as I like to say, it's a play that's maybe a little cuter than it is actually useful, or at least necessary right now. Oh, I really thought that hit was going to get it, but honestly, to be fighting this guy in a big room is not a problem. If I could actually hit, that is. But having this much space to dodge means that we're pretty insulated here. Lots of money. Just wait for that. This should be our other item room. And sure, I'll just use a key for this one. It's the Hegemony Carbine? Yeah. Hegemony Carbine is not really very good in my opinion, but sometimes we do find uses for it. I think we should use a lockpick here. It's money in the bank if it works. Ah, god damn it. Gotten like 1 for 4 on those lockpicks so far. I mean, that's the, you're supposed to not want to do it because it's a risk, but still. I can't really complain, though. This is a really nice situation to be in. We got a ton of credits, despite the fact that we were buying some keys, at least, and we had an ammo purchase as well. So I think that we're really set up nicely for future shops or being able to buy from one of those, like, ancillary shops you come across on the regular. This is a room where a camera play may have been warranted. And I'm not talking about the band that brought us Cherry Pie. That's the band's name is Warrant. As in, there's a warrant out for the arrest of you killing rock and roll. I don't mean, I got nothing against Warrant. I don't want to be snobby about it. All I know is Cherry Pie. She's mine, Cherry Pie. Cool drink of water, such a sweet surprise. What? Oh, apparently if you save the enemies with capes, you can unlock a secret character. This is what has been told to me. Well, not that guy. Where do you live that a cool drink of water is such a sweet surprise? California? That joke is maybe a little bit... They're in a drought right now. I don't want to kick you when you're down. But you know, you got to recognize that in media, for years, California's been the mecca. So to punch down a little bit that, you know, lacking the basic human resource to survive, you know, I'm gonna bring it back to you, California. Here, does anyone, does the OC have an enduring legacy? For a couple of years when I was in high school, it was all the rage, man. Okay, it is the Beholster. Being able to destroy his bullets on the fly is gonna be nice. Oh, and it destroyed both rockets on impact, which is awesome. But the big thing we want to worry about here is probably taking care of, yeah, exactly that right there. We want to make sure we're taking care of his minions as they spawn. And that was a really pivotal moment to use our only remaining blank, and we did so that we could move to the other side of the map and kill him pretty easily. Still 14 bullets, or 14 rockets left here, which is pretty good. We get another, is this like rocket-powered bullets? Jetpack. Oh, so we have the ability to fly now. In short bursts, at least. I think it does have a fuel gauge associated with it, but I'm not sure. Is there anything else we missed on this floor, or are we actually done? We're done. Okay. Well, we might as well head down. There's no more keys to purchase. We have 140 goddamn credits. What does this man need? What does Elevator Man need? He needs like 180 and 4 keys. I really doubt that we're going to be able to hit that threshold that he's requiring of us here, but we might as well at least go check up on him. This is an uncharacteristically high amount of money. 180 and 4 keys. Well, we'll definitely get to 180. The big question is, okay, switch, and then, there we go. Now we'll probably need to use this combo here. I'm attached to the idea of making this combo work. But I still can't get out of the habit of properly switching weapons, which is very sad. Anyway, we need to get 4 keys. Is this likely? No, I'd say it's quite unlikely. 4 keys on 1 floor is a tall order. But it's not impossible. We'll be able to buy 1 from the shop if we play our cards right. Then we've just got to get 3 that drop from somewhere, which is a lot. But this is our best chance in a while, probably. Yo, I am whiffing hard here. What's the point of having homing bullets if I can't aim in the first place? Probably should have gone for the camera synergy here, but we'll try it out on this room. Yes, we will, because this is a large one. Okay, you know what? 2 camera plays, even better. Skulls should probably go first. Wish we could charge up this shot just a little faster. What are we going to do with our ability to fly? It's a great question. I guess I was going to say we could use this to pick up some of the bullet components, but there's not really any need for it considering we already have them. What do you got for me? Fairy in a bottle. Probably not necessary, but nice nonetheless. We are at 5 HP, which is a good feeling, I'll tell you that much. 5 HP on the 3rd floor. This happens to me quite often, but I'm like, wait a minute, how do we get 5 HP? I know we flawless the 2nd boss, but that doesn't give you 2 HP up, surely. We didn't flawless the 1st boss. We flawlessed Blobulord, but didn't get anything out of it. Is there an item I picked up where this was, this became relevant? I'm not sure. But you know what? I'm not going to ask questions about it. A lot of factors going on in these games. Try to keep everything in your head. You might end up missing something. Don't worry about it too much. This room is a trial, and the fact that we made it through it without getting hit is fantastic. Let's lockpick it. That's the jetpack. Let's lockpick it. Dude, this is... No, don't use the camera for that. It's hard to argue it's not my own fault, but at the same time, good God. I expected, and this is the gambler's fallacy, I expected because we lost a couple of times, we'd have a slightly better chance of winning. Not very advisable. Jetpack also gives you a speed bonus, which I expect is one of the ways that you utilize this on rooms where flying isn't really that relevant. Another thing that we could try is just, you know, keep your right trigger pressed at all times and then just fly non-stop. I don't know how valuable this is actually going to be for us. It seems like quite a distraction as well. Do we ever run out of jetpack fuel? Oh, it also ignites napalm. Okay. That's kind of a cool synergy I hadn't considered. Oh, you don't even have to hold it down. You can just tap it. Alright. Well, let's just use this at all times then. I don't know what I was thinking, trying to use it actively when it's a passive item. It's basically a really nice speed increase when you use it like this. Not to mention, of course, not getting caught in trap rooms, but we will have to switch to our lockpick on occasion. Probably shouldn't kill those guys first, but whatever. What's done is done. Just sneak in under them. If you can get away with this without even shooting their bullets, life's easier. Okay, we have no keys so far. This is making it pretty extremely unlikely that we're gonna actually come out of this one with what's necessary for the elevator man. But we tried, goddammit, we tried. I guess this is like... The membrane is like my utility weapon in the sense that if there's enemies that are harder than enemies that I'd like to deal with our normal weapons, or, you know, it's going to take us too long to charge up our shots or whatever, then we'll go with the membrane and just spam out a few shots, and that'll probably work out fine for us. Alright, this side of the map is taken care of. We did lose armor. Not that big of a deal, really. Tons of ammo for the camera, still. Like I said, enough that maybe you want to consider using 2 per room. When did you say that? I said it implicitly when I said that this might be enough camera ammo to last us for 33 rooms, even though it has 66 ammo. That's 2 shots per room. Oh, we got ammo here. For the commando, for sure. Oh! Because the commando is still, even though we're using it only 1 room per floor, is extremely valuable for us in actually helping us secure HP upgrades from flawlessing bosses. So it's definitely our #1 priority. You know, it's like our designated hitter. Maybe BJ Upton is out there, you know, winning the Gold Glove, but you still need David Ortiz to come in and crack a couple homers for you from time to time. I haven't followed baseball in like 13 years, so those references might be somewhat dated. Like, you get the point. Everyone knows David Ortiz, right? I love it when you call me Big Poppy. Throw your hands. It doesn't really. It's okay. Junk salesman, probably. Yes. We do have some junk. We will buy a key. I hope we can still get to 180, but that's probably the least of our concerns right now. Okay. Let's drop some junk. You gotta drop that junk. He gave us 3. But there is a chance that he gives you more. It's not that he's guaranteed to give you 3, it's just that he's very likely to give you 3, but there's still an outside chance of him giving you like 50 or whatever his higher order payout is. What do I think my odds are? Let's preface it a little bit here. What do I think my odds are of getting a past kill? I think they're up there. I mean, we have an end game amount of HP, which is not to say that we have enough to guaranteed win. But I have won games with 5 HP before. Do we have the kind of weaponry that I would consider that the most likely outcome? Probably not, but so far so good. So the Treadnought, I feel like, is not going to be so bad with most of his bullets exploding right off the bat. You can't dodge roll with the jetpack. That explains it. That's the problem right there. Okay. I tried to dodge roll to get out of the way. Should have tested that earlier, but I had no idea it was going to be a concern. Obviously this boss will not be flawless now. But it bums me out because we probably could have done so easily if I'd just used a blank instead. But okay, you know what? Hard-fought lessons or hard-learned lessons are often the ones that stick with you the most. We're still going to get whatever his item drop is regardless. We got ammo as well. We'll take that for the commando, obviously. And I think we've seen this. The crest... Oh, dude, the Crestfaller. It's the ice shotgun? No, just ice gun. This is a fantastic room clearer. I don't remember specifically why, but I do remember being like, yo, the Crestfaller is dope. No, this is just taking us like straight to the other item room. So unless we get a ton of keys in here, I wouldn't expect to be too happy with the way things look here. Oh, you know, with the Crestfaller, we also, or with the jetpack, we also will be unable to go into these. What am I trying to say here? Sorry, I got distracted using the blank for the secret room, but I was like, we're not going to be able to use our roll to kill enemies, which is unfortunate. We got the Vertebrae K-47. We've got a lot of good weapons now. Vertebrae K-47 is like an okay boss killer. But probably we're going to be happier to continue to use the commando for that extra defense. Ton of money still. Obviously we were unable to make the make it work against the Treadnought there flawlessly, but that's okay. Alright. Just had to get my inventory sorted out here. Coffee hasn't quite hit the bloodstream yet, I guess. We may end up using the Crestfaller in a somewhat ammo-inefficient fashion because of the fact that I can't roll into enemies. Maybe we'll try to take advantage of our, of the Crestfaller, and as a result, not use the jetpack until it's strictly necessary. It makes us much, much slower. I'll be the first to admit that. The fact that we freeze enemies in like 2 hits means that crowd control should be much easier. It's not really that necessary, perhaps, that I actually end up using the camera. But I do like the idea of opening the room by using the camera, but the win condition now is just freezing enemies, not so much shooting them until they die. That's the idea, anyway. On this room, I kind of feel like maybe take a camera shot, maybe take another camera shot, maybe take a third camera shot, and then just go spam membrane shots in. I don't mind using a blank there. The odds of us flawless in this boss are not 0, but they're not particularly high. Oh, I hate this. I was gonna say, it's possible we could just membrane the shaman completely to death, which would be very, very ideal for me. Oh, that's bullshit. I got that roll. You all saw it. Another room where I should be cameraing a little bit more than I have been so far. Now, I was gonna say, that guy's taken like 40 camera shots. He should be basically good to go. Okay, we got a full heart back from that. We're back at full HP. We are on the 4th floor right now. You know, we're dealing with enemies that are gonna be tough. Now, admittedly, I should also not be, especially in that situation, taking such dumb damage. But life goes on. Let's buy some keys. It looks like we have a locked room in there. Buy a key. What is this? Icebreaker. It's the cold shotgun, I think, that I originally thought the Crestfaller was. You're locked in here. I'm definitely going to use a key. You need a cell key, right, of course. It's been a while. I'm assuming we have to continue on with that guy's bullshit quest of, like, knocking his hat off over and over, or his helmet off over and over. Definitely don't want to wear a bicycle hat. You want to wear a bicycle helmet, so excuse my mistaken nomenclature there. And we're at 3.5 HP, and certainly trending downwards right now, a little embarrassingly. We gotta have something we want ammo for. Honestly, I think the ammo goes further in the camera than it does in the membrane. So I'm gonna take camera ammo and rely on us getting more ammo for the membrane later. I'm gonna take membrane ammo, rely on us getting more ammo for the camera later. Is that what I said? I think that's what I said. I hate our homing tiers right now, just for the record. Stop shooting death. Death cannot be hit right now. This room is fucked. Fuck that, dude. Okay, move on. I apologize for my French there, but good lord, that room was frustrating. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna turn the jetpack on again. Oh, that was very dumb of me. I'm gonna turn the jetpack on again, because it doesn't seem like the dodge roll is what's holding me back. Or what's gonna propel me forward, rather. Seems like the dodge roll is distracting me. And I should really just focus on getting some of my HP back here, which, embarrassingly enough, I've lost quite a lot of. There's no reason for this, really. We should be doing fine on HP. This is a floor we've done many times before. Almost every time before. Okay, I get it. You're just a jerk. That's the only explanation. I keep having to get my helmet and wind up here locked up. Then you just let me out so you can kick the helmet again. This is madness. Talk to me in the breach next time you're there, and watch your damn feet. Is he gonna make me fight him up there in the breach? Big thing right now is let's just make sure that we don't take as much dumb damage and slowly but surely get our HP back up. It's one of those risk-reward things where actually, like, the boss... Okay, this is camera time. I was just gonna say, please tell me I'm not trapped down here. I am trapped down here. We need to switch weapons. You need to go commando or something that fires faster, at least. Just be careful, man. This is going pretty poorly. Let's go membrane, I guess? Okay, maybe the membrane is the ticket that I've been missing this whole time. Alright, Kate, have a good time. Let's get in here. I refuse to die on the 4th floor. But I'll admit, it's pretty Northernlion-y to have a good run and just sort of squander it for no reason. We don't need commando ammo right now. We'll take camera ammo just in case. and then we'll go back with the membrane, which has actually been functional. Let's just get it back to brass tacks, I guess is what I'm trying to say here, which is a very adult way of saying, let's go back to the fundamentals, you know? When you start to throw a little bit, it helps to get back down to the basics. We should be able to beat this boss, but I'm a little frightened. I mean, we should be able to beat it without getting hit, but I'm a little frightened that if it's the Wallmonger, I'm like, how am I going to handle the fact that I am going to ignite all the napalm on the level? That could make things a little dicey for me, but since we're flying, we might be immune regardless. Immune to fire, that is. If we're not, we're going to have to turn off that jetpack, like, immediately. So I just want to come back and see, you know, let's amp our coolness stat up as much as possible. I was going to say, that's got to be a kill. Amp our coolness stat up as much as possible and see if there isn't some HP drops that we can get here. The ammo drops are getting ridiculous. Might as well take sidearm ammo. I don't know if we're ever going to need it, but we're starting to roll again a little bit here. Just a little. There's work to be done. I think maybe I got a little too attached to that bullshit camera synergy. There we go. I mean, you know what? Honestly, at this point, we might want to take commando ammo. 6 rockets versus, like, 80 bullets for the Crestfaller. I don't know. I'm of two minds about it, but let's crack this. Magic lamp. It's pretty good. I mean, I'll leave it at that. It is pretty good. Let's go fight the boss. We'll try anyway. And it is the Wallmonger. Okay, so honestly, in all seriousness, this is probably the easiest boss on this floor. Are we immune to fire? Yes. So we can actually stand, like, basically in the middle here, even though we ignited the middle. And be relatively safe, which is nice. Yep, okay. That was, I tried to turn off my jetpack in order to dodge roll, and then realized that that's going to have to be a lot faster in the future if that's going to happen reliably. But we are going to get through the Wallmonger fight regardless. See, that's what I needed, is to actually destroy just a little patch of bullets there, and then we would have been fine. That's okay. We should have flawless the boss. Life goes on. We get 2 armor drops. Not quite as good as HP, but I'll take it. We also get the pig. There's a stealth pig following us around here. Hello. A strange pig. This pig, there's nothing obviously wrong with him. His shifty glances and uncanny stares make you wonder about his motivations. Maybe not the greatest pig to have around. Is this guy gonna steal my items or something? And now, it's done for me if you steal my items. Like, seriously though, get out of here, pig. Or stick around, I don't know. Op, C4, chafe grenade. You know what, we're gonna need the grenade at some point. We might as well get rid of the lockpick. I don't know if we've ever had the op either, honestly. But we'll use the jetpack predominantly. Or, what? Ammonomicon. Let's go Ammonomicon here for a sec. An extremely powerful rifle, banned in some sectors, its ease of use caused it to be the weapon of choice for thousands of unskilled marksmen. Only handicapped by its long chambering time. Some say that it'll fire faster if you put it in your backpack after every shot. It's a Counter-Strike thing. This grenade is full of small, shiny particles. Any enemies caught in the blast radius will be completely enthralled for a short time. Popular with special ops units and children's entertainers. Let's at least give... Oh, you only get 3 of them. Okay, let's not give it a shot. Let's save all those for the next floor or bosses or whatever we got. Okay, homing up. We got aimbot right now. It seems okay. I think I'm gonna save this for now. Keep using the membrane and save the op for maybe room clearing. Are you a mimic? Yo, you gotta tell me if you're a mimic, bro. I mean, we don't have a lockpick anymore. Could possibly go back and get the one that we dropped, but it's probably gone by now. You do not have a junk salesman in there, so I think we just head down to the next floor. And it's gonna be tight here. Honestly, it should be easy. Easy enough, at least, for us to not die. But we need to get to the blacksmith, and we need to get to the Dragun. Then we need ammo for the commando. So that's pretty important as well. I'm gonna try to save the chafe grenades, like maybe all for the Dragun fight, but his attacks are kind of like target independent. They just kind of fill the room, right? So I don't know if maybe that's unnecessary or even a suboptimal way to use that. There can be no question. The number one thing that we should get here for our ammo drop is commando. It'll probably take out, you know, maybe only like... Ooh, I did get hit there. Maybe only like 40% of the Dragun's HP, but that's quite a lot. In my opinion, at least. And if we make it to the final phase of the Dragun fight with like 2 HP or a couple blanks left, usually that's good. Although we're definitely going to want to not use our jetpack on the Dragun fight, which is going to compromise things because I'm going to be used to using it. My speed is going to be lower. It's going to fuck up my dodges. The great news about this right now, though, is that we have an awesome situation weapon-wise. Like, we're doing really well. Of course, membrane ammo is going to be a priority as well. If we can manage to finagle that, would be ideal. Nice. But if we can't, then, you know, just take your time. Look at how much damage the membrane is doing here, though. Pig, are you... He's, like, deflecting the bullets or something. Alright, what do you got for me? I suppose you want a bullet? Well, here you are. 114. Get ammo for the commando. Gun Knight Greaves gives us more armor, but only after every floor. Scattershot might be interesting. But will we get the 50, you know, credits required to get it? I'm a little skeptical. Now our next ammo drop can go to the membrane for sure. And, you know, our backup weapon against the Dragun will probably be the Op. And our secondary backup weapon, should we require one, will probably be the Vertebrae K-47. There's a key, so we can open some chests here. This is looping back around to an area that does not look like it's liable to be the Dragun fight, so... keep it going here. Yeah, it's hard to get used to the jetpack in a sense. I actually think that it's been really good so far. I just need to acclimate myself to not relying on the dodge roll. And instead... oh, this is straight up empty. Instead, when the screen gets full of bullets, you should find cover. But if you can't find cover, you gotta get that dodge roll active. Oh my god, we may actually die, like, right here. Don't do it, man. Why does the pilot have to be so tough? More keys and ammo, which is going to be for the membrane, which is empty, our only empty weapon. Here, go back. You're going to sell me this HP on the cheap, I know it. 27, armor for 34. I don't like to do this. I don't think it's necessarily a bad habit, but I don't think it's a... I don't think it's a good habit either to get into buying HP, but if you literally have to live, I think it can be pretty important. So just stay behind cover for now. You're relatively safe here. I did put myself back down on the ground just to be able to dodge roll. Good stuff. That was actually just fine. Like that the membrane gets a... oh, nice. Gets a lot of value out of missed shots. Helps me out a ton. Dragun fight. Dragun fight, not a dragon fight. Okay, what if we... I was gonna say, what if we just toss a chaff grenade here? Chafe grenade. It stunned the enemies. Probably also stunned some of you watching at home. Didn't know that it was gonna flash the screen so brightly. My apologies. Guys are not so bad, but just keep in mind, you never realize, I mean, you know you're using the dodge roll all the time. It's, you know, dodge roll games, but you never realize how essential that dodge roll is until you're like, yeah, huge speed upgrade at the cost of a dodge roll, let's do it. Okay, so people have explained to me how to do that. The science cannon is fine, but you have to grab the chest as if you are in the mirror, if that makes sense. That may make no sense whatsoever, but... yeah, valuable. So I was just looking at the reflection, basically, to try to figure out where I should be standing there to make that happen. Got very lucky to dodge that, honestly. This guy's on fire, so he's probably not too long for this world regardless. He might have actually extinguished it before it did damage. Maybe not. More enemies. Almost out of membrane ammo, but it's been such a good room clearer for us for some time here. This looks like an item. Rocket-powered bullets, so we thought we had this earlier. Just gonna give us faster bullets. Not sure how advantageous that is, but something like the membrane, maybe it even raises their effective range or something? I don't know. It's all conjecture. But I'm happy to have it at this point. What comes next? Crestfaller is probably our next room clearer. Got a little hub world. Oh, I hate these fucking skellies, man. I know that, by the way, the membrane is a suboptimal choice for these guys, but I don't trust myself to switch. Magic Lamp might be our next, might be our backup for the Dragun, which is exactly what we're going to fight right now. So you're going to start with the Commando for sure, and put the jetpack down, because you need the dodge roll. Probably. Bad dodge. It's alright. We still got 1 HP and 1 blank. You knew you were going to get hit. At some point. Switch to a chaff grenade or something to see what happens. Nothing at all, apparently. So, definitely should not have saved those for the boss fight, but you learn something new every day. This is an easy one to dodge. Most of the time. Good shit, good shit. Do you blank this? You know what? Let's blank that. That's a tough attack to dodge. Okay, we're out of this, so we're gonna go to the Magic Lamp. Just get the genie to punch him in the fucking heart. Do it up, dude. This is the one that's actually pretty dodgeable. Even for a scrub like myself. I think we're gonna get him to the final phase here. Nice. Now, what do we use on the final phase? The Magic Lamp tends to not be that fantastic here. Let me try the op or something. No blanks. Recall. No blanks. So we're just going to keep ourselves as safe as possible without getting too close to the enemy. Okay, 5 shots. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It also was not that good, though. But I may stick with it. Something with more damage output, or more prodigious fire rate might seem better. But you never know, right? Like, the DPS from this could be fantastic. Okay, he's definitely dead on the next pass. So all we need to do here is not get hit twice. Almost botched it. And it's a little tense, but the odds of us getting hit twice here are pretty low. Beautiful. Alright, this was... It got way more intense than it needed to be. I think that's readily apparent, but, life goes on. Again, I don't even know if there's any value here to shooting this thing, but we'll do so regardless. And we'll go for the final past kill here, at least the final past kill with the characters that I have unlocked. We have no jetpack anymore. I knew we could do it. Yeah, this run was many things. It was overpowered, it was doomed, it was guaranteed. But in the end, we did end up at least getting the Dragun kill. Now, I haven't fucked up a past kill yet, but surely the time will be upon us at some point. But I think we did pretty well on that Dragun fight. We only got hit once, I think. Twice, maybe? Twice, yeah, that seems right. Probably started this run at like 11 something, so, you know. I don't even know if you need to do that for the past kills, is actually like bring it past the point that you started the run in reverse, but why not try it, right? So I apologize in advance for all the Firefly references I'm unlikely to get here. That's almost all of it, Z. Just grab what's left and boogie. Hold your space horses, you can't rush something like this. Besides, H-Mons don't have eyes everywhere. There's no way we'll run into anybody out here. Just gotta get the clamp lined up. Oh, dude. Is this actually gonna be a space shooter? That's cool. Unregistered craft sword. This is HM Absolution. Your craft has been scanned and is known to be carrying property of the Imperial hegemony of man. You will be towed by standard tractor. Power off all systems but life support. Any acts of aggression will be met with supreme prejudice. Comply within 20 seconds. You gotta make the jump and get out of here. There's no time for me to dock. But you don't have a jump drive. Just go. I can't. Go. Computer. Divert all power to forward weapons. Yes, of course. Let's do it. Hegemony battleship, the HM Absolution. Yo, this is neat. Okay, there's our dodge roll. Oh, we do have rockets we can use on the regular fairly frequently. That's the rocket-powered bullet item here. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to use blanks, I was gonna say. It's not going very well, actually. Oh my god, shoot these things, man. I need to play more Toho! Oh my god, we're probably gonna die. Somewhat embarrassingly, we may be playing the pilot yet again on the next episode. Oh, Jesus Christ. Keep it going. You got great form. Sort of. Oh, really thought we were done there. Hit him with the rocket barrage. Ah! I thought I dodged right into it there. You at least took out one side. That's probably enough. I exploded. I got it 90% of the way dead and then exploded. God damn it! I got killed by the HS Absolution. Oh, we have to get another past kill. But you know what? I know what to do in the future. We should probably succeed there. I almost succeeded on the first one. Thanks for watching. I'm slightly disappointed, but I'll see you next time.